As expected, Davis Mills Volume 3. As expected, Davis Mills Volume 3 is now reality. CJ Stroud, we did see him. We did see him throw a few footballs. But per what we had expected, CJ Stroud will be out. D'Amico Ryans wasted no time. Me and Cody Stoots were on the scene. D'Amico Ryans gave the update and confirmed what we all suspected.
To start, just with injury updates, CJ and Jalen will be out. Both guys are progressing. They're doing better. But right now with the short turnaround, game on Thursday, just don't have enough days for those guys to be available.
Hey, there you go. So it's officially official. Your thoughts on Volume 3 of Davis Mills?
It was leaning this way once we saw CJ Stroud without yesterday being listed as limited in what would have been a practice if it was a practice yesterday. So we knew this was where it was trending. We knew this was where it was headed. And now you get Davis Mills off of 2 starts where he hasn't looked bad, and he had a really good performance against Jacksonville, and he had some really, really nice moments against Tennessee. And now he's got a much tougher task, but it's at home on a short week, in the defense, just like when any of the Texans quarterbacks are in this year. The defense will have to have a really good game, and the offense is going to have to do enough in this matchup, and Mills is going to be at the helm of that. And I feel much better about Davis Mills start 3 than I did about Davis Mills start 1. And that's a credit to what they've been able to accomplish in the couple of games that he has had to start.
Yes. I look forward to this. I want to get into this tomorrow. We'll get on the Davis Mills side of things, but he looked me in the eyes today and said that they're going to be ready to go Thursday. And this is just another game. I didn't really believe him. And I feel that I'm leaning towards Buffalo winning this game, but spoiler alert, Cody Stoots is going to pick the Texans this week. He is creeping towards picking the Texans this week. It's inevitable. And I just want to know, Cody, are you going to get it over with and go ahead and pick them or not? Because it's very obvious I know that's the direction you're heading.
Nothing I've said when I talk about this game has leaned one way or the other. So you're just speculating and guessing. There's no evidence that I'm going to pick the Texans. I've already picked the Bills twice this week on air. Of course, my final pick goes in morning of with a score prediction.
And we will react to all this on Friday at Spanky's. We want you there. It's going to be a fun week. This Friday, Spanky's, Sharpstown location, our favorite place to be. And this is going to be a unique one because we're going to get to react to a game. We want you there. Everything made from scratch, everything delicious, everyone pigging out, everyone drinking. It's happy hour. We're heading into a weekend. It's going to be fun. Get your asses there. First drink on us. Just got to come up to us and say, beer me. First drink on us. We got you covered. We want to see you there. We want to spend Football Friday with you out there at the greatness it is Spanky's Sharpstown.
Yeah, and if you don't drink alcohol, I'll buy you a Pepsi Zero.
Or if you don't drink Pepsi Zero, he'll get you a tea or something like that. I'm sorry that he's trying to handcuff you with the Pepsi Zero.
I can't do anything right for you. You're picking at me. You're picking at me. It's not my fault. You got a Herculean task in front of you.
Yeah, I don't even know if this is Herculean. I'll be honest. I've actually been very excited for this. So the order is in. I lost the Trent Brown bet. The when I was at my fattest. So we have the large French fry. I'm going to pour that on a plate. Have that ready to go. We have here a large onion ring. I'm going to leave that because, God, the one time they're not stingy with the fries is when I have to eat them. Good Lord.
Yes.
We have here a double meat, double cheese Whataburger. And we have here a honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich. And I'm going to have to eat this during the stream as a result of the lost Trent Brown bet.
Now, that would have been an A1 Thick and Hearty burger back in the day, but they don't have the A1 Thick and Hearty burger anymore. So I just let Landry pick any of the all-time favorites.
Yes, and I'm
actually a pretty smart idea for him to get chicken just to kind of switch up the flavor profile a little bit. So it's a good job by him.
Yeah, I almost went patty melt, but I just decided I would switch up the style a little bit and see how that went. But Yeah, we switch it up. So we got the double meat, double cheese. We got the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich. We got the large fries and the large onion rings and the large drink. Unsweet tea, light ice.
There you go. Back in the day, that had definitely been a Dr. Pepper for Cody.
Your biggest thoughts on the Davis Mills situation? I'm going to take a bite of this burger. I want you to lay down the state of Davis Mills and where you think this goes.
I said it a minute ago, and I do feel it. I do feel better about Davis Mills here in his third start. Some of the stuff that improved from start 1 to start 2, like the accuracy, and he didn't drop any snaps. And I am excited to see, and I know it's not a big week of practice. It's not like he can go out there and put a whole bunch of extra stuff in there, but he's gotten the ball to Nico Collins a lot, which is something that we constantly were asking for when CJ Stroud was in there. He has operated the offense at a pretty high level. There's, some things that he needed to clean up after that first one. There weren't any close to delay of games there in the second one. He seems to have pretty good control of things at the line of scrimmage. He handles pressure well. And his mentality, his mood just feels like that of a quarterback that if he went in there and they were down early and, okay, let's keep going, let's keep chopping away at it. And if they were up, he wouldn't try to do too much to kind of just, deal that killing blow to an opponent. They just keep at it. Like, I appreciate his mood and mentality because I'm sure there are backup quarterbacks across the league that when they get in there and they just get kind of just like, so jittery and excited to have that opportunity. They're trying to do everything. They're trying to win that next job or prove that they should be sticking around as the backup. Like, Mills didn't have to do that. Davis knows he's the backup next year. He knows let me rephrase that. Davis knows he has an opportunity with the team next year, whatever that opportunity may end up being. So he doesn't have to go out there and prove anything. Just go out there. He's kind of eliminated the pressure from the situation with the contract already in place for next year. So whatever happens, happens. You lose the football game, hey, you're the backup and you went 2-1. That's a good job in 3 games. Most backups don't go 2-1 over 3 games.
Yeah, and I'm interested by the mannerisms, and I wonder if they really matter and if that's something that they're looking for, because I do think that's one of CJ Stroud's things that he battles with is not getting too high and too low. And Davis Mills is just an effing robot. I thought the back and forth with Jonathan Alexander was really interesting. Let's hear what Davis Mills had to say about that, and I'm going to continue to try to dominate this burger.
Yeah, so this is after the game the other day. It says J.A. and Davis Mills talking about his kind of approach and mentality.
Davis, what is your process in remaining calm throughout the game, even in the late game?
I don't know if there's too much of a process. I think it's a lot of it is my natural demeanor. I've never been very emotional as a person. Never kind of got too upset if something bad happens. I've always had the mindset and the mentality of kind of what next play. You hear it a lot in the football terms, like next play mentality. And D'Amico talks about it a lot, but that's kind of just how I've always been on the field and off the field. Can't really control the uncontrollables. You just got to focus on what's next and what you can do to change the outcome of the game in the best way possible.
Do you like the high pressure moments?
Yeah, they're fun. I think kind of everything kind of slows down. The field, the space opens up, and when you can settle in there and you know exactly what your process is, you know exactly what the play that's being called is, and you can kind of, especially late in the game, like I've seen the defense the whole entire game at this point, so I know most of their calls, the disguises that they've already showed, and you can kind of start using the stuff in your mind to anticipate and play even faster.
He does come off as a very cerebral guy. I don't know exactly where he stacks up from a physical talent standpoint, arm strength and all that kind of stuff, but between the ears, he seems to be much more calm, and he seems to be much more understanding of what he can and can't accomplish than a couple of years ago when he was thrust into being Lovie Smith's starting quarterback for, a good portion of the season. So he definitely has had some opportunity for growth. And part of the reason he's here is he signed up for this opportunity to be the backup. He could have gone and tried to go chase a starting job somewhere else. And he ultimately decided to give himself this opportunity. And he looked ready for it once he got the full week of prep and played the Jaguars and the Titans.
I also think it's interesting how he brings up that it's actually an advantage late in the game because you're used to the defense. I've never really heard it put that way. I think we always talk about, clutch. We weigh it a little bit more. But I think it's interesting how Davis Mills brings that element up. I think that's a pretty interesting element here on SNL. The when I was at my fattest payoff. By the way, Cody did his homework. He got Trent Brown to give his when I was at my fattest. We will hear that in a second. I'll be honest. I looked over. He was lighting up and he was telling the story. We got a few others. Cody said that it's going to be something that you are not going to want to miss when it comes to this, and he did not disappoint.
You won't believe what Trent Brown said when I asked him about this. You won't believe it.
Okay.
You won't believe it.
Let's get to the soups. You read the soups. I'm going to keep grubbing. I'm almost done with the dub already.
All right, you got to hit the sound though.
You ain't never hate.
Swarm.
HDAV Traveler, afternoon, Landry, Cody, and friends. Good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you. Rumors of an HDAV Traveler appearance this weekend at Spanky's, so don't miss it on Friday. Reaction Monday on a Friday. Hack-a-Shack afternoon, boys. Hope Landry is hungry. He looks hungry. He's putting it down like it's Joey Chestnut on the 4th of July. He's taking care of his business. Wags, good to see you. He says, afternoon, brothers and friends. Appreciate you, Wags. Appreciate you. Here's another one. If the Texans D dominates like they did last time versus the Bills, could be great win for us. Offense needs to be firing out the gate, praying for that W. I don't love them if they've got to play comeback ball against the Bills, but if the defense is giving them an opportunity and they can go not necessarily blow for blow, but you can keep it within striking distance the whole time, I do like their chances, especially if they could, get a big defensive turnover, get a big play.
Dub
like all right, so the double-double's in the books.
Done job.
Good job. Good job. Appreciate you, Wags. Bryce Bell's in the super chat. I think Stroud's just needs to get a Manta sleep mask. That would block out all the light. If you were dealing with concussion issues, you could put that Manta sleep mask on and block out all the light. Probably would help with your sleep as well. So that's a good one. Bryce, appreciate you for the super chat. Yeah, I've seen, the way D'Amico Ryan said it at the podium, it does feel like a normal week. Stroud would have played the game. And him being out there today, limited in practice, is more about clearing it faster the week of the Colts game than anything about this week's game. But it does feel like if this was a normal week, he might have had a chance or an opportunity to at least clear and play if this was a Sunday game instead of a Thursday game. You can just nod. You don't have to verbally respond as you're knocking out the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich. Mm-hmm. I didn't think you were going to go so fast. I thought you might take your time.
Nope.
All right. So, no Stroud. Mills in this situation. Third straight start. We'll go into in-depth tomorrow and hear from Davis Mills and Nick Caley about this situation, about this opportunity.
No Petrie.
No Petrie as well, which is a little bit of a surprise because Petrie, in what would have been a practice yesterday, he was listed as limited. So that gave him an opportunity, a small chance to play this week. So no Petrie, which I would assume be one of those guys that could help you with the James Cook situation in the run game, and then could help you maybe with some of the Josh Allen running. So no Petrie means more Miles Bryant. I would think Jalen Mills gets another opportunity there, and we saw Jalen Mills play safety and Miles Bryant play sort of that role in the game against the Titans. I got to imagine they'll do that again when Thursday rolls around and the Bills show up for Thursday Night Football. So no Petrie is I would say pretty big. It's obviously doesn't get to the level of the quarterback, but they like to play defense with him on the field. He barely ever comes off the field, and that's a guy that they maybe would have tasked for some of the difficult moments of the Buffalo Bills offense, but no Petrie, which is a little surprise after his limited estimation yesterday.
There was also kind of some warning signs with Miles Bryant, which you brought up today. You were talking about the Titans kind of picking on him. D'Amico spoke very highly of him, but there are kind of some warning signs that kind of scare you when it comes to Miles Bryant. And that's not a knock on Miles Bryant. He's your third safety, and he's an emergency practice squad guy. But there are some warning signs of Miles Bryant.
Well, he's in a tough spot here with the Bills because he's not an excellent tackler because of his size. It's like he's in the right spot, and really he's not going to win a lot of one-on-one tackles if it's James Cook and Josh Allen that he's got to take care of. So he's going to be the guy that kind of has to be in the area and hold things up so that the rest of the team gets there so they do execute the swarm that DeMeco Ryans talks about. But I also wonder, too, like when you think about – I asked DeMeco about James Cook, and he talked a lot about the running, and James Cook is a really good runner. But throwing the ball to Cook out of the backfield, it seems like Bryant is the type of guy that could end up on him in that situation when they throw the ball to him. No Kincaid's a positive. He's still banged up for them. So no Kincaid is a positive. But, they still got Knox. They'll throw the ball short to Khalil Shakir from time to time as well. So there is a little bit of that to look at and pay attention to when it comes to Miles Bryant and how perhaps Joe Brady and the Josh Allen offense is going to attack him.
Let's hear from Jake Andrews. The When I Was at My Fattest challenge. We asked the offensive line. We didn't ask any DBs. We asked the offensive linemen about their When I Was at My Fattest. Pretty impressive stuff by Jake Andrews. I think he had a lot more in the tank. I don't think he wanted to be as open with his business. But this is what he wanted you people, and I do mean you people, to know about when he was at his fattest.
What is your When I Was at My Fattest order?
That's the key. When I was at my fattest
order.
There was a fatter time than now. I had a buddy of mine, so McDonald's had like the 20-piece. I think they might still have like 20-piece nuggets.
20s.
So we went and got four total, 2 each. We got 2 fries each and a lot of sauce. And we sat there, and it did not take long, unfortunately.
Okay, so the 80. That's it, nothing else.
Yeah, so really, it's really 40 though, because there's 2 of us. So 40, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, what kind of sauce?
Honey mustard for sure, I think, yeah.
All right.
40 nuggets, 2 large fries, and a drink.
By the way, I gotta call my man out on that.
This is fake. This is fake.
It's a fake.
He knows they have
Photoshop.
20-piece nuggets.
On my mama,
Like,
that's fake.
come
On my
on,
heart,
Jake.
on my
Like,
life,
what
my
are
little brother
what are
grave,
you
I could
doing
die
here?
right now. That's fake.
You don't know that I think they still have 20-piece nuggets.
They might still have the 20-piece nuggets. Like, yeah, you know they have the 20-piece nuggets.
My man is absolutely lying his ass off on that. Jake Andrews. That's a total lie.
I could probably knock out the 40 nuggets and the fries. I feel pretty good about my chances to do that.
40?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just kind of a boring experience with McDonald's. So it's like
That's the thing is 40 nuggets, even if I had all the different sauces, and it would be like an act of Congress to try to get.
if you gave me a small Chick-fil-A nugget tray, I'd bag that down quickly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, there was I was calling high school baseball one time, and we had a delay because the lights went out, and it was a playoff game. So they'd brought a Chick-fil-A like tray of nuggets to the press box. Entire delay while they were putting the lights back on, I was just housing nuggets. I probably had 50. And then we called the baseball game. It's great. Nice little cheap meal for me. Free 99.
Back to the chat.
You ain't never hate.
Swarm.
Here on When I Was at My Fattest Day and official Davis Mills Day.
Bryce Bellows says, Landry put me in timeout. I want to know how it feels.
No, you don't deserve that.
Truth says, so the stadium will be 50-50 or more Bills fans. That is a traveling crew, and it is a fan base that was, my theory holds. If you were good in the 90s, you have a larger fan base nationally than just about anybody else, and they were good in the 90s. So I would think there's going to be a good amount of Bills fans. Maybe not as many San Fran, but a good amount of Bills fans for sure.
It's gotten to a point where Houston almost feels like Las Vegas now. Like, I don't feel like Las Vegas ever has a home field advantage, and it feels like Houston's becoming that.
No, last night it was all Cowboys fans. It was awful for the Raiders. It was just
Everybody wants to go.
I think everybody wants to go. I think Monday Night Football is like you could tack a Monday Night Football game onto a weekend in Vegas and get out of there Tuesday morning and have a really fun long weekend. So
yeah, 'cause the flights are cheaper too, like on Tuesday. So
yeah, exactly. So
and the rooms are way cheaper on Monday.
oh yeah. Yeah. So you could have a lot of fun sticking a Monday Night Football game in there. Even slapping a football game on Sunday in there on the back end of a Vegas weekend, leaving Monday, you're still having a lot of fun too. So I think Vegas turned into I know they hope that's going to happen for baseball. It's not, but I think for football games, it's turned into a little bit of a, hey, look at the schedule. Oh, they're playing in Las Vegas. Let's make that a road trip.
I bet it happens for baseball more than you think.
Maybe. I think maybe for the weekends.
I also think the A's might get good.
I also think too, I mean, I'm not, there'd be a lot more Bills fans if it was a Sunday game than a Thursday game. I think it's harder to make this happen for a fan on a short week than to get ready for a Sunday. I mean, just you got to take off 2 days of work to do it if you're going for a Thursday game. You got to miss Thursday and Friday.
So I'm going to give you 4 words. I laid this out yesterday in the locker room end of week outlook. And these are 4 words that Texans fans never want to say, but they should say in the next 2 weeks. And I think the next 2 weeks is very interesting because I think you're getting Buffalo and Indy at about the best times, because knowing that you were going to play Buffalo anyways, the short week, they're having to come to your spot. I think that's an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get 10 days rest against the Colts, and you get a quarterback that's going to be coming back after 4 weeks with something to prove. So I think that's a good layout. In between that, though, I think we've both established that Indianapolis running away with the division is fine, especially given the fact you play them that last week. I think it's actually probably ideal. But based on that, the 4 words Texans fans never want to say that you probably should be saying up till Thanksgiving are go Colts and go Cowboys. Those are the Chiefs' next 2 opponents. You got the Colts this week. And then on Thanksgiving, the quick turnaround, the Chiefs are going to have to go to Dallas and take on the Cowboys. So if the Chiefs can lose those 2 games and you can maybe split, then you're a game up on the Chiefs with a game against them to kind of separate it even more. So it's actually kind of crazy, but Texans fans are almost in a position where it's in their best interest for the Colts and Cowboys to win. Although I don't think Texans fans have a hard time hating the Chiefs. It's not like you're.
Yeah, I mean, for this season, you definitely would like a little help, and you're going to need a little help here and there from a playoff standings standpoint. Ultimately, you still got to take care of your business. Split the Colts and the Chiefs. Easier to say that if you thought you were going to beat Buffalo. If you lose to Buffalo, you really only can afford one more loss in the final 6. So you could still split, and then you just have to take care of your business down the stretch. Chargers, Raiders, Colts again, Cardinals. So it's still there because we're both under the agreement and the understanding that you're going to need 10 to get in. Like that seems like the barrier to entry here. 10 to get in.
9 would be really rare, but 10, one team that won 10 games last year didn't make the playoffs.
Hey, look, if you end with 10 and you lose out because of tiebreakers, then you can point to that slow start and how it kind of sunk you and you blew a couple of close games that you shouldn't have blown. And you can be unhappy for an entire offseason. But 10 and miss the playoffs is better than 7 or 8 and miss the playoffs. Like, you won't be happy about it. You'll still be pissed. You'll be mad about the first 3 weeks. You'll be mad about blowing it against the Broncos, blowing it against the Seahawks. It's like you'll be mad about those, but uh, 10 and don't get in, you can live with that based on how this thing started, I guess.
You can also live with TDECU, which Cody's doing. Shout out to TDECU, the greatness that is. Tell them about the perks of that card.
Shout out to El Texan Toro. Just signed up for my Texans TDECU checking account. He's going to get that fantastic Texans debit card, and he's going to get 15% off on the online team store with that TDECU Texans debit card. You can learn more at tdcu.org/Texans, and you can start the process right there online, or you can walk into one of the 15 greater Houston area locations and get started and walk right out with your Houston Texans debit card, thanks to our friends at TDECU. Now, membership's required, and you're insured by the NCUA when you put your money with TDECU, but being a member at TDECU, you get tons of perks, not just the 15% off of a Texans gear, but you get different options for your checking accounts, your savings accounts. They would like your business accounts. If you run a business, they'll handle your money there as well. They do more, and they can do more because they are a credit union. So visit our friends at TDECU. You can get the process started online, tdecu.org/Texans. You can find out all the different perks and advantages. You can see that wonderful debit card that you're going to get when you get signed up as well. And of course, there'll be a little spot that says, hey, how did you hear about us? Tell them you heard about them on SNL Texans Talk.
All right. I'm not going to lie. I might need some Trent Brown motivation a little later to take this thing home. I got this much of the chicken strip sandwich left. I got that much. Onion rings and fries not hitting as hard as they initially did. That's kind of the challenge.
All right, so you need somebody to kind of, something to kind of get you going here. How about Jared Patterson? We'll save Trent Brown for last because I don't think you're going to believe Trent Brown.
All right, let's hear Tommy Togiai first.
All right, Tommy Togiai. If you watched this the other day, you saw this, but if you haven't, Tommy Togiai at his fat.
For me, I was a big pizza guy, so I was like probably Domino's. I would get like 2 large pizzas and the cheese bread. You got to get 2. There's one jalapeno one and then one regular. That's cheese bread.
We get some ranch, some barbecue sauce. Of course. 2 large pizzas and 2 cheesy breads is a crap ton of food. That is a lot of food. I believe that's the most of anybody that we talk to.
You are the worst person to go to a buffet with. And you probably say the same about me, but God.
What does that even mean?
Once I finish the food, I want out. You last longer, so I'm having to sit there for like 25 minutes and watch you just.
Oh, yeah. I'm also very much in get my money's worth mode too.
Yeah, you're like adding it all up. All right, let's see the.
I'm not doing that, but
yeah.
I'm gonna no, I'm not doing that.
$5 at Chili's. Okay,
I am gonna be gluttonous when I go to a buffet.
Pizza would probably be $5. Salad probably about $4.99. Yeah, you do whip out the pen and paper.
I miss the Golden Corral. I haven't been in a long time.
I don't know if it's missable though. At the moment,
the buffets in Vegas kind of died, huh?
They're not worth it, dude. Like you can just skip. They're not really.
Yeah, says the skinny guy.
I'm definitely not skinny. I can promise you that. Jared Patterson, you kind of teased this one up. Let's hear Jared Patterson. I haven't heard Slimes.
And Patterson weighs in on what you're eating too.
Okay.
All right, so Jared, when you're at your biggest, tell us about what you threw down. What was that? What did that meal look like?
Oh, easy. I'm from California. My catch I love that In-N-Out burger. I used to kill that all the time. I still do out here. And I used to get the 4x4 with the double, like a regular fry and probably a shake. I was like in high school. I'm only like 275. I used to do that in high school. That was like my go-to.
How fast you finish that?
Not long. A few minutes. I just crushed that.
All right, now you're playing in Texas. Where do you land on In-N-Out versus Whataburger?
Oh, come on. I was in California so long. I love that In-N-Out. I'm not going to lie. That Whataburger's good, but that In-N-Out just hits different to me.
A 4x4 and a double and fries and a milkshake. And he said he knocked it out in a few minutes. It's 6 patties. That's incredible. The fries at In-N-Out are awful, though.
They're not that bad. By the way, Brandon says cut Patterson for in and out. You'd have to cut half the team if you're doing that. CJ's gone.
You'd have to cut Kamari. Not Kamari, Kalen. He's a USC guy. Kalen when he went back on the bye week, he put up in and out and said it's better on the West Coast than when he has it in Houston.
He's right, though.
He is right.
He's right. All right, so all I have is these fries and onion rings. This sucks. I ate the sandwiches.
But
this is the first time. No, I'm not shitting you. This is the first time Whataburger's filled up my fries in probably 25 years. Like, I thought I was going to get out easy on that. This is the first time Whataburger's filled up my fries in 25 years. So this is basically like 2 fries. I actually pretty much have eaten everything except 2 onion rings because they dubbed me on this.
They knew you were coming.
They dubbed me, bro.
Maybe we have a fan back there working the fryer.
Dub me.
You ain't never hate.
Swarm. Logan Taylor says, will we be using a 3 linebacker set with a spy? I actually asked D'Amico about the spy. I don't. It does get kind of discussed as you put a spy on a guy and you're just taking away the quarterback. And really, I don't think it's that simple, especially when you're facing a guy like Josh Allen that knows how to run. Because with a good quarterback, a lot of times if you use a spy, like in Madden, back in the day when you use a spy, you're basically taking him away. But with a good quarterback, a lot of times you're basically playing 10 on 11.
Right.
I mean, especially if he's really good and especially if there's a tackling issue. Like the Texans right now, like if you have a spy on the quarterback, there's a good chance if you're playing someone like Josh Allen, you're going to have to make open field tackles. And the Texans still have the highest missed tackle rate in the league. So the spy thing, I think, is interesting when you do and choose not to use the spy.
Yeah, it's I think with Allen too, like you laid it out perfectly. If you have that guy committed to him and he doesn't run, what is he going to be able to do with his arm? Like if you just take that defender basically out of the play because he's ready for Josh Allen, like what is Allen going to accomplish by not running and throwing when you have that defender kind of committed to him? So, and I don't know who it would be. Like, I mean, it can't be Toto.
No, it cannot be Toto. Aziz, it almost feels like you're taking him out of the play. Maybe speed. In a perfect world, it could have been Christian Harris. I just don't think that guy exists anymore. So,
I mean, Miles Bryant's not big enough, doesn't tackle well enough. So, I don't know. I'd have to go back and did D'Amico call defense on the 49ers against the Bills at all? I can take a little look back and see.
This thing last week. All right, we're still checking in on this here on SNL. When will Cody Stoots pick the Texans? It's coming. Just a matter of when he will do this.
This is your worst weather report ever.
I might have to tap out of these fries and onion rings. I'm not even gonna lie.
Wow.
I've never. If you gave me like a piece of cheesecake or something like that, or I might be able to fathom it. There's nothing worse than looking down at cold fries after you've already eaten a lot and 2 onion rings right there.
And there's nothing you can do to reheat fast food fries. Nothing.
Air fry.
Not even then. It doesn't come back right.
Oh man, I am miserable. But let's get some motivation from Trent Brown. Maybe Trent Brown will.
Now, when I tell you this, you are not going to believe what Trent Brown said.
All right, let's hear it.
Here's Trent Brown.
A fast food place? Yeah. I really can't, because I really don't eat much for real, but like we just went and ate the other day, Friday, and I had fish, everybody else had wings, and I just ate my fries and I was full. But probably be like 10, 20 piece wings, fries, type, whatever, you know?
You have a wing spot that you prefer, or just anywhere?
That's tough. Cause it ain't really like good wing spots anymore. Like probably the crib at home, you know. Like everybody just don't like. Cause I'm kind of like simple when it comes to food.
Yeah.
So like a regular honey hot or whatever flavor would probably be best, you know.
What do you think's led to the
Magic City? I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. People familiar with that one?
Yeah.
What's kind of led to the wing joints falling apart? Just I think
I have no clue.
Yeah.
I have no clue. I don't like big ass chicken either.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like big wings that be
the mutant kind,
like Buffalo Wild Wings wings, too huge, and then if they don't cook them hard, like fry them hard, you know, like well done, that's a no go.
Oh, so Chef Trent's got to take care of it. You got to cook it up for yourself at the house.
Somebody in the family, you know.
Okay.
Fried chicken hard right the first time.
Yeah, get it right the first time.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my gosh. So he's down with the Magic City Wings. Okay. Hearing about these Magic City Wings, he knows.
So
What
for
does
those of you who
look like for Trent Brown? It's more like a kneecap dance.
For those of you who don't know, Magic City is a legendary strip club in Atlanta, and they apparently have incredible wings. To the point where, what was it? Lou Williams had his own like flavor of wings.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he went there during COVID, and people got all pissed at him.
Yeah. So and he said he was just there to get food,
Wing. Which a lot of people do.
apparently they have legendary wings. But then I also loved how we got some in-depth analysis. I don't know. I mean, he said he didn't eat that much. I don't know that I believe him.
No, I don't believe that. But
Like he went
he is right about wing places falling off, though. That is a very, very. I think we were talking about this with We were talking about this with someone. Like it might have been someone in Texans PR about wing places. Now they're just not as good anymore.
Yeah, like and then he's like some places don't fry them enough, so you get this wing. I was surprised. I do appreciate a giant mutant chicken wing. I don't know why he doesn't like it, but I appreciate a giant mutant chicken wing every now and then. But yeah, most places I guess don't fry it up to his liking. Doesn't what do you say, the hard fry the first time? It's like okay, all right, but him hitting us with I really don't eat that much.
I don't know about that, Trent.
I want to believe you, but I just know to get enough nutrients to move at that size, you've got to eat more than most people think.
He is right about that. But here's the look. I'm tapping out on this. These fries and this onion ring. That's not even a lot. I'm cooked.
All right,
I'm cooked. So I did all I could.
When do you think the next time you'll eat is?
Oh, I'm not eating till Thursday. I'm not eating. I'm serious.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, I'd eat until Thursday. I'm eating. It's wife's birthday, so I think we're gonna have some happy hour oysters or something. So
there you go.
I'll probably eat some oysters, but I might try to go on a diet now. Feel pathetic.
Dude, you're gonna want to take a nap here in about 30 minutes.
Dude, I just don't get why Whataburger hose you on the fries all this time, and then all of a sudden I get that. Do I get both ketchups? No, I only get regular. Spicy ketchup sucks.
Yeah, I'm not a spicy ketchup guy at all.
Yeah, spicy ketchup sucks. I'll pick out at Spanky's Friday, but I'll grub on Thursday. So
Man,
that's where we're at.
That Stromboli thing we got the other day was
Too much.
it was awesome.
Too much for me.
I went home that night, hung out with my friends at IndaCloud and finished off the rest of that.
There you go. There you go. CJ Stroud, by the way, did practice today. The good news about that is I think he'll probably be cleared sometime next week for Indy, if not this weekend. So that's the good news on the Texans front is he's going to have 4 weeks rest. He'll be back against Indy, and that process has already begun. But even if you were watching practice, because Aaron came up to me.
Hey, bro, Alpha Aaron here.
And he was like, hey, man, you think they're going to tell us that CJ's ruled out? And I was like, yeah, I would think so. And he's like, yeah, I don't know, man. And I was like, well, I was just thinking to myself, I mean, if you watched him practice, he was third string. Like it wasn't like it wasn't like he was, he was just getting out there moving around a little bit.
Right. This is just checking one more box to the concussion protocol where then he's full go. And there's no lingering issues or worries or anything like that.
All right, now we're just lying here. Rich Boy J, our guy. I love spicy stuff. I love spicy stuff. I just think spicy ketchup sucks. Like I like anything that you want spicy wise. Like I'll just drink like the hottest of hot jalapeno juice. Just as like I just do not like spicy ketchup. It's not because it's too spicy. It's because it sucks.
I don't like the flavor of it either. Their original ketchup.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't even taste like ketchup. Yeah, it's not a matter of the spice.
I really like their buffalo sauce too. Sometimes I get a little side of buffalo sauce, dip my fries in it.
Yeah. Aaron was wondering about that today. Max says we're wearing matching shirts today. I'm long sleeve.
Oh, I guess the color's not that far off. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
We accidentally did it at a game the other day.
Race car.
I don't think these are the same, man. I don't think these are the same at all. Accidentally, yeah. AKA you kind of jacked my style the other day.
Now, how would I know what you're going to wear for a game?
I really don't know. That's what's kind of scary. I had to kind of check the security. I don't know what was going on.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm wearing a blue shirt on Thursday. Don't wear a blue shirt.
You're planning your shirt? You plan your outfit 2 days in advance?
No, I'm just telling you so you don't wear the same color shirt as me.
But you already know that you're going to wear a blue shirt on Thursday. So what do you do? Like lay out your game day outfit 2 days before?
There are certain shirts that I would only wear on a game day.
So you have it laid out, or is it just like you just?
I made that executive decision today so I could let you know so then you could adjust.
So did you make it just now or did you make it before today?
Just now. I could picture the shirt I'm going to wear for Thursday. It's going to be blue.
Okay.
So don't wear a blue shirt.
Gotcha.
I don't lay out my outfits for the week.
Let's look at the rest of this injury report and see if anything else sticks out. It's a relatively healthy situation for the Texans. The limited, you have Azeez Al-Shire. The illness has been popping up a little bit. I don't know what that seems. It seems like he's doing okay. It's easy for me to say. And then we have the two guys who have already been ruled out in Dietary and Stroud. Ka'imi Fairbairn is back. I thought it was funny how Matthew Wright was basically shagging balls as Ka'imi Fairbairn warmed up. Found that interesting. Will Anderson, that's a rest thing. He's playing. Jamal Hill will not play. I think that's safe to say.
Yeah, two DNPs and missing the most important practice of the week. Kind of seems like he won't go.
I would say we probably need to keep an eye on Trent Brown and Titus Howard. There could be maybe a surprise there, especially with Ed Ingram full. But if Trent Brown can go, he'll probably go. And then we have the tight ends and then Danico Atre limited.
Man, Dalton Schultz, a tough SOB, man. He missed those couple of days, and then I don't think he's missed practice since then.
No, I think I don't want to minimize this.
But, okay, I don't want to minimize Dalton Schultz putting his health on the line each week, but
I do think contract year Schultz is I do think there's kind of a little bit of a thing when it comes to contract year Schultz.
Ricardo knew where you were going. Contract year Schultz is one of a kind.
See? Yeah, I do think, and that's natural human behavior. I mean, but it is definitely a different vibe. I mean, we've seen contract year Schultz twice, and I know some people say he has an extra year, and nah, this is a fake contract at the moment. He's not playing for $11 million, no matter how good he does. But like the two versions of contract year Schultz that we've seen, when he signed the 1 year deal in 2023, and then this year where he had the fake third year, have been the two best versions. Now, health was an issue last year, and maybe I know the two favorite words that we used last year.
Damn it, Bobby.
Could have kind of put him in bad situations, but I do think contract year Dalton Schultz is a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's a good thing for sure. Preston, shout out to Preston. He says, stand up for yourself, Cody.
I am. I laid out my outfit so that he doesn't copy me.
If you
made an executive decision.
So to reset this next couple days and how big this win it would be for the Texans. And tomorrow we're going to talk about the bromance of Mills and Kaylee and how that can live on and just the interesting dynamic of Davis Mills and life with Davis Mills. But there's an extra level of sweetness with winning this game. And I know they're hardos and it's the next game for D'Amico. It's the next game for Davis Mills and all that. But I think a winning record for the first time is significant. This will be the first time all season that they have a winning record. You have 10 days to get ready for the Colts, knowing that your starting quarterback is coming back. And you're also beyond in the mix for the playoffs if you win this game. And I've actually already laid out like the rooting interest of the Texans this week and next week. And Chicago hosts Pittsburgh this week. If Pittsburgh can fall down to 500, which would be the same record as the Ravens, or they drop a game,
right?
And that's good for you because get them as close to the wild card as possible. Then you have New England at Cincinnati. I think at that point, just you want New England to finish Cincinnati off, like to where there's no chance in hell that Joe Burrow comes back and they get hot. So just put them out of their misery. You're not catching New England. They have no impact on you. Matter of fact, you might want them to win the division instead of the Bills, to where maybe you have to go face Drake May and the Patriots instead of going to Buffalo, which regardless of what we say about the Bills, that place sucks to go to. It's a little bit different going there than it is them going here. So New England putting Cincinnati out of their misery. We've already mentioned the Colts and the Chiefs.
Well, and you want Buffalo to stay in the wild card because you own the tiebreaker. So if you have the same record as them, you finish ahead of them.
Yeah, if you beat them. And that's the whole point of this. And then the Jets at Baltimore, I don't know about that. Jacksonville at Arizona, I think Arizona wins this week. The way that Jacksonville acted like they won the Super Bowl and the way that they hyped that up, I think they're in for a letdown. The line right now is 2.5. I really, really like, if I were doing the upset pick, you know how Fox does, and I think College Game Day does it, like your upset pick of the week. I think Arizona gets Jacksonville this week. They're so goofy. Like the way that they acted after that, I honestly think it's letdown season for the Jags. That's just kind of what they do. That's jagging. And then the week after that, it gets real interesting when you have the Colts, because we already mentioned Kansas City at Dallas. Cincinnati goes to Baltimore.
Yeah, Cincinnati's cooked, man. They got 7 losses already. They're about to get the 8th. No Jamar Chase this week, so Cincinnati's finished.
The Jags go to Tennessee. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Titans upset the Jags. I could see the Jags easily losing 2 games. Titans are going to win another game, a division game against a team like that with their defense, with their defense and everything. The way that Tennessee's is at full strength, I could see that. And then you got Buffalo at Pittsburgh. That's a win-win. And then Las Vegas at Los Angeles. You don't really worry about that. The point is, the next 2 weeks could shape up very nicely for you. It all starts with this potential dub, which, I mean, you look at the line, which we always use just as a resource. There's no real thing that sticks out where it's just, it feels weird. I'm picking Buffalo. Spoiler alert, I'm picking Buffalo. But it does feel weird.
The line's up to 6 now. It started 3.5. It opened 3.5. Now it's up to 6. So we've had a pretty significant movement here in the past few days.
So you're going to pick Buffalo? I mean, are we getting there? You hear that? Are we getting there?
Are we getting where? What? What are you?
The Texans. We know you're getting there. Get there.
Buddy, I picked the Bills twice already. I picked them here yesterday.
Yeah, that's not your final pick. Get there.
I picked them on the Texans Collective. I'm still picking the Bills today.
Get there, man. Get there. Speaking of get there, Spanky's this Friday. We want to see you there. and we hope to see you there very much. Texans Turf, shout out to Texans Turf. My guy Dan, the man, another neighbor in the neighborhood, did what I did. Came over and thanked me actually yesterday as I was outside watering the front plants. They came up and said, "Man, I thought you were just gassing this up, but you know what? It is awesome. I can't believe how well it drains. It's legit. Dan was the awesome guy. Thank you very much." I said, "You're welcome." Spread the word. Texans Turf is the best. I shopped around so you don't have to. Get it done before the holidays. That great turf weather is about to be upon us.
Yeah, we have more fantastic turf time available to us than just about anywhere in the country. So get out there. It improves the value of your home. It frees up your weekends. No more long yard days where you got to cut and mow and this and that. No, always green, always clean. Putting greens, play areas. You can see all the fantastic work they've done at TexansTurf.com. And most importantly, schedule that free estimate right there on TexansTurf.com.
Why can't Davis Mills just admit that this is the biggest game of his life?
Does not register with the computer. Does not register. Does not compute, Landry. Every game is the same.
I just feel like he should admit this is huge. What'd you think of Nick Caley today? We'll react to some of that tomorrow. What'd you think of Nick Caley today? Anything interesting? Boy, he's just getting asked a lot of generic stuff too. Is it important to run the ball?
I actually feel like his energy has been lowered at the podium, but that has also come with better offensive performances. And like it's almost like, hey, when I got to kind of justify some of the bullshit, I got to have a little bit more juice. But like this week and even last week, I felt like he came in very measured and calm, and he was even quiet a couple of times.
Do you think that do you still fear that they might try to run the ball too much? Do you still fear that's in the bag where they get in a situation where they decide they just want to run the ball 30 times?
So a little bit, yes, because this is the opponent you're supposed to run the football against, because the Bills don't have a good run defense. But if it's not working, they need to have that pivot ready. And I felt like they did a decent enough job against Tennessee, but they still found themselves in some pretty disadvantageous situations. I mean, they only had a handful of third down conversions, and it was their worst third down conversions percentage in a win. Part of that's because they couldn't run the football. If you can't run the football against the Bills, you know, you got to put it in on Nico Collins and Davis Mills and get going through the air. Don't just keep bashing your head into the wall.
Yeah, that's the thing that I do understand here. Like, I think you can make a case that you can possibly run the ball against the Bills and keeping their offense, regardless of how you feel about their lack of weapons and all that, keeping their offense on the sidelines is in your best interest. But with that said, I still don't know that the Texans have the possibility to run the ball that well. So that's the thing. And they're going to have to feel it out too. But the days of this Bills team being even remotely feared are kind of gone. Like they're just in a mix. It's weird because the start of the season, we were talking and it was like the Texans got to get to that upper tier. And we were like, they gotta be on the same playing field as the Kansas Cities, the Baltimores, the Bills. And I'll be damned, they're there. But it's at 5-5. You got the same record as the Chiefs. You got the same record as the Ravens. Obviously, there's reasons why the Ravens have the record that they do. Pretty big reason why. But you're in that mix, and then you're looking up, and there's these other teams, and it's like, oh, we're here, but we still want up there.
Yeah. I mean, look, they just gave up 5.4 yards a carry to the Buccaneers. Now, the Buccaneers have a much better offensive line than you. They have a much better offense than you. But you give up over 5 yards a carry to anybody, the next team you play is going to try to run the football against you.
Yes. And I do wonder the James Cook factor too. I would say he's the best back they faced?
Yeah, I mean, for the situation and like the type of defense they play, he's a tougher back to defend than Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and I mean Derrick Henry didn't have Lamar, so you didn't have the threat of Lamar back there. It was basically just all him. So yeah, I would say James Cook's probably the best back they faced.
I mean, McCaffrey's awesome.
Oh yeah, McCaffrey. Excuse me, McCaffrey's the best. Yeah, but they only gave him the ball 7 times.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like
great.
That was another thing too that was weird about the.
That's on me, CMC. Yes,
that's another thing that was weird too about the 49ers game is it was never really to the point where they couldn't run the football. Like they didn't have to turn into a one-dimensional team. Like it was the Texans weren't running away with that thing to the point where they just couldn't run. So I don't believe Joe Brady would make that mistake. Like if the Texans jumped out to a 13-3 lead, they're not just going to stay, they're just not going to abandon James Cook and just throw it nonstop.
Well, I don't know why they don't use him as a receiver more. I feel like this might be the unleashing of James Cook as a receiver. It just makes too much sense with it. I don't know how these guys don't watch tape and say, all right, we got to get these linebackers in coverage.
Yeah,
I mean, it just feels like they've kind of minimized that superpower, and this feels like the game where you could really unleash James Cook as a receiver.
Yeah, I mean, Cook went for 3 for 66 for a touchdown through the air in this game against Tampa. So, but it has been an irregular use of him probably because he's run the ball so well.
Exactly. Yeah, and that the talk about him, because I wanted him, but I want every running back in fairness, but I wanted him in the draft and just as kind of like a scat back, change of pace type of thing. I also think the Texans are kind of doing this with Woody Marks, though. Like while we're talking about it, I think because Woody Marks is
RB1,
he's underrated. He's underrated between the tackles. Like I agree with that, but like I think the fact that he has the ghost of Nick Chubb and 2 lingers in the running back room and Dare Ogunbowale and Damian Pierce, I think it makes him look even better. And I think in a competent, balanced running back room, I think it's very clear that you use Woody Marks a lot more in the pass game. I mean, right now, Davis Mills, it's Higgins and it's Nico Collins, both studs. Davis described them both as studs. So I think right now it's kind of starts with those 2 guys and then it works. And Higgins has looked like a solid number 2 with Davis Mills. Like he looks like you talk about the 35th overall pick, and early on it was kind of like, damn, what's up with this guy? Is he going to take him a little while to figure it out? He looks like he warrants that selection when Davis Mills is in there. It looks like there's a little bit more trust from Davis Mills when it comes to utilizing that guy and everything he brings to the table. And then you hear D'Amico come out there and say today, yeah, anytime you throw it to Jaden Higgins, there's a good chance he's going to get it. Like he's basically just saying it's almost like what D'Amico has said the last few weeks. It seems like Davis Mills has done. Like we need to get the ball more to Nico Collins. Jaden Higgins is this. Like it almost feels like everything that D'Amico Ryans has said, Davis Mills has done.
Well, that's why they like him. He does what they say.
There's also zero chance that whatever this game looks like, that a win here can be minimized. So if you're in like some sort of corner where you're going to minimize what Davis Mills does or what Davis Mills is, just get out of that. He could have 80 yards passing. If they find a way to win this game with Davis Mills under center, then there's no minimizing it. This would be the biggest win that they've had in a long time. When it comes to improbable and effective, I think you got to go back to Cincinnati, like the Cincinnatis of the world, the Titans with Case Keenum. Like when it's like improbable, back against the wall type of dubs, like this would be hell. Even you could maybe even go Jacksonville week 3 when they were the defending division champs and they started out 0-2. Because I actually think the starting point of CJ Stroud his rookie year was when he played hurt against the Colts. and went out there and did his thing with the hurt shoulder and no offensive line. But when it comes to like improbable, impactful wins for the season, like this one's up there.
I mean, it would be one of the best under D'Amico Ryans.
Yes. It would be insane.
Yeah. So I think we answered the super chat here with that. So that's good.
Yep.
Izzy says Mills 21-31, 220, a touchdown, no interceptions, and they win.
Yeah.
All right, that might get it done. Gonna need more than one touchdown to get it done.
Yep. Yes, we will. So I did not get the food challenge done. I ate the sandwiches in about 25 minutes. I could not eat those nasty ass fries and the last 2 onion rings. So I am a failure. My apologies to all the peeps.
Well,
can't win them all.
That's what you get for doubting Trent Brown.
Can't win them all. Appreciate y'all for rolling through. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the bromance between Mills and Nick Caley, and we will be one sleep away from Texans versus Bills. It's actually probably going to be 3 sleeps because I'm about to go take a nap. But anyways, subscribe, like, ride along, and always remember when it comes to this Texan stuff, we're all in it together.
Eat good, sleep good, be good. We'll talk Texans again soon. Thanks for watching, everybody.